Hello. Good afternoon, YouTubers. I just want to bring a small message today um, to bring something positive, as I always try to do. And I want to ask a question. Let's see how many people respond to this instead of just watching the videos. Have you started your morning off or day off by helping someone today? Have we done anything positive today as of this day? I made a video a while back. I don't know what month it was on. There are times that I go out and I'm always reminded of what I'm here for and what my purpose is. So this morning I go to the store to get a cup of coffee before taking my daughter to school. And it's this man that I've been seeing in the store every morning. I've seen him there when I lived in that community. He's always at the store every morning getting his coffee and breakfast. He always speaks. He's always talking about God. Some mornings I'll see him sitting in his car and my baby and I smile and say he's listening to his gospel music. But this morning he decided to say something to me after he said good morning. He said he was sad. And I said, God bless you. He said, why all my life I've helped people and put out and given to people and given to people. And I'm looking and my mouth is damn near just open with the words that this man is saying to me. He was an older gentleman. He said, why I seem to never get anything back, and I've helped and helped and helped and given and I've read the holy book so many times, and I just seem like I get nothing back. And I told him then it's no coincidence that we're talking. And I asked him what was he expecting back. He said, well, I'm without this and I'm without that. I told him, well, so have I. And I also told him in the same sentence that, what do you really want? What have you asked God for? He said, well, I've always just wanted to help people. I say, so have I. And it seems like the ironic part about that is the ones that truly want to help others seem to be without a lot of worldly things. So I had a long talk with him. It's quite detailed, but had a long talk with him, and to say that what I said to him, he said no one has ever explained it to me in that way, ever. And that's when he told me, he said, you were an angel sent to me this morning because I needed you to talk to. Nobody's ever told me like you just told me. So I got in the car, and my baby, she was like, wow. I said, yeah, you never know when you're placed in a person's life at what moment in time. that they may need you. You just don't. Nothing happens by chance. Nothing is coincidental. I have seen this man for probably 3 years. And every time I see him, he's got a cup of coffee in his hand and he's always so happy. Good morning, good morning, good morning. He's just a beautiful spirit. Oh, red cardinal on the line. He's a beautiful spirit. It sure is a cardinal on the telegram. And he's always got a breakfast taco. But he's never spoken to me in that way. Why this morning he decided to talk to me about what he spoke with me about, I don't know. But I told him then, you are here to touch the lives of others, just as I. And a lot of times we don't have a lot of tangible things. We have other gifts that God blesses us with so we can help others. Because the goal is not the here and now of what we live in, it's later. So, what do you ask for? You will be blessed, is what I told him later. You have a car, you have a vehicle, you have a home. If people have taken from you, I mean, and he put his hand out. He said, we've never officially met. We see each other all the time. And he said, my name is Michael. I said, oh, wow. I said, like the archangel. And he laughed. I said, it was good to meet you, Mr. Michael, officially. And I gave him my name. My daughter went on to say, every time you always talking to somebody about something, always. And I love it. And I was rushing to take her to school, thinking she was going to be tardy. And we made it 7 minutes early. So I kept looking at my time like, oh my gosh, I gotta go. But I couldn't rush him with what he needed to say. I was supposed to be there at that moment to listen to what he had to say, to be there for what he had to say. I was sent there at that given time. And the crazy part about it is, I wasn't going to even stop because I had to pick up another child. So we're always placed at certain times for a reason and a season. And I always say that. When spirit moves, when God tells me to do something, that's just what I do. When spirit moves, that's just what I do. There's been times I've questioned it and second guessed it, and every time I did that, I went wrong. Never fails. It's a blessing. It is truly a blessing. It's a blessing. Yes, it is. It's a great feeling. So I was going through some stuff myself this morning, upset about some things. But after that, it made me feel so much better. So much better. It reminds me constantly of what my purpose is. I said on a video the other day, I'm here to touch hearts. Deep knowing as I crack the deck and momentum. I am here to touch hearts. And it's such an abundant feeling when you do. It takes a lot of weight off. I wrote something down on a piece of paper yesterday. I don't know. Sometimes I'll get to writing and I just write. And I write so fast. Sometimes I don't even know what I'm writing. It's like scribbling, and I go back and look at it. Sometimes I have to just sit there and look at it to make sure I'm right, because oh God. And I remember writing, all is fair. Jesus is not who we think he is. And he doesn't look like, I'm going to just read what I wrote. Jesus looks nothing like we see him in books. We have been given a depiction of what he looks like to make it socially acceptable for society. That'll give you something to think about. Jesus looks nothing like we see him in books. That's a topic for another day. It's a social accepting of what we think he should look like to the human eye. Saw a gentleman make a video about that not too long ago, and that is exactly my understanding. I don't want to give any names. It seems like that offends people. Follow your spark is here. Follow your spark. Look at that light zooming across, because that's what you are. You're a light in someone's darkness. And it's lighting up the sky with skyscrapers. Green plant. I had a little plant like that. I named her Emerald. Fill your cup. Fill your cup. I try to do that on a daily basis. Even if it's just doing something that I may consider small, like this morning. It's so fulfilling. It just cracks your heart open. Because I'm sure that man left with something to think about. Indulge. I'm old enough to be his grandbaby, maybe great grandbaby. And to have someone that's an elder to me to tell me that no one has ever explained it to me like you just did before, and you've read the holy book many times, that says a lot. Indulge. I see attachment on the bottom of the deck. What else do we have? Is that it? Oh, wow. In your bag again. Finish line. 444. Marathon. She looks so happy. I always say energy speaks for itself. Can't make that up. So, I was blessed to be able to bless someone else. And that's a joyous feeling. To make someone feel better. To go on about their day. And I pray that his day is a grand and overflow with joy. And that he may fill his cup and indulge. instead of worrying about what other people have to think and say and what they have taken from him. Like I told him, it's okay. God will replenish you with it all. So, maybe guys can leave some comments and say what you've done today to make someone's day better. I would love to hear it. My comment section is open. Have a blessed day. Thank you so much. God bless.